Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today we're going to make some socks. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be making 6 pairs of socks, and I'm going to be using sinew to tie them up. Sinew is a wax-covered string that resists the dye. So wherever you have a sinew line, you're going to have a white line. So you want to get your sinew started and wrap it around a few times and pull it really tight and it'll lock into place. And then wrap it around a few more times and that'll make a nice wide white line. And then I'm just going to do this all the way down till the end of the sock. And I'm varying the width. So I'll put some close together and then one far apart and just do it really random so it gives it that sort of organic look. Today is Christmas, and I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. I hope that you're doing something that you enjoy today. Thank you so much for watching, and for those of you that are loyal and watch every tutorial and leave me comments, I really do appreciate you. I appreciate everyone in the tie-dye community. It's such a wonderful family and such a good group of people, and I just love the fact that we talk about tie-dye and we share it with one another. And while I'm talking about that, just a reminder about the Facebook group. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, please do. I want to see your tie-dye. The link to the Facebook group is in the description box. It's right underneath the Etsy. That's the Facebook group, so it makes it really easy for you to find. Just click on that, ask to join, I will accept you in. We're over 800 members now, and it's really exciting. So I look forward to seeing all of your projects in the future. Just keep working your way all the way down to the end. I love my Sinew Puller, and I do have a link for it down below in the description box, along with everything else that I use for tie-dye. This came from Russia. Nikolay Slavin. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I'm probably not saying it correctly. He's awesome. It came within 2 weeks of ordering, like I said, all the way from Russia. So I highly recommend it. And I do have a tutorial that shows how to wind the sinew on. So if you haven't seen that one, go ahead and check that out. It's a super easy to do process. Now that we have the socks all tied up, we need to build some type of an ice barrier. And I like to use these silicone cake molds that I get from Amazon. And recently I found a set that is 12. So I have links for both the 8 and the 12. And if you don't have them already, I highly recommend you order these. You want to give them a quick little sprinkle of soda ash for good measure because we're packing on the ice. And you want that pH to stay up around 10.5 to 11. And for this one, we're doing the dye over ice technique. Now it's time for the fun part. We get to add the dye. And I am adding a pretty generous layer to each one. The socks are thick, and since there's 2 wrapped up together, there's a lot of layers to go through. This is my very first time using the brand new color for 2021, Magenta Galactica from Dharma Trading Company, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. I'm pretty sure this is my first time using black cherry in an icedye, and I give it 2 thumbs up. Now I understand what all of you guys are talking about. It really is beautiful. It has a lot of variation. I don't want to interrupt the time lapse. I just want you to be able to enjoy it. So after the ice melted, I came back and checked the back and they were white. So I flipped them over and repeated the process. It's been 48 hours since the ice has melted, and now it's time for the rinse out. And untying the socks took almost as long as tying the socks. So you want to start by using cold water, and that's going to rinse away any soda ash that might still be reacting within the fibers, and then gradually increase the water up to hot and rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. From here, they go into the washing machine, and I do however many cycles it takes using Synthropol. And with ice dyes, it's usually about 2 hot water cycles. And then once that water is clear, so in the hot water part, I take a little cup and I scoop up the water. And if it's clear, I know that I'm ready for my final hot water cycle. And in that cycle, I like to use Millsoft. And Millsoft brings softness back into the fabric after the dyeing process. And I get Synthropol and Millsoft from Dharma Trading Company. And it's not called Synthropol anymore, it's called Kiralon. And there are links for both of those down below in the description box, so it makes it easy for you to find. And then they go into the dryer, and we'll come back and we'll see the results. See what I mean about how long it takes to untie them? And I have this sped up to warp speed. I'm really glad that I made this tutorial because during this process, I realized that Dharma accidentally sent me the wrong socks. I ordered 20 pairs of the knee socks, which is a more feminine style sock, and these definitely are their athletic sock. So I'll get down to the bottom of it on Monday when it's not a holiday. I'm glad that I have this sweater shaver because the socks came out of the dryer kind of fuzzy and I wasn't expecting that, and it had never occurred to me that I should turn them inside out, and I don't know if that would have made a difference or not. Do you guys remember that hoodie that I made? It was a crop top hoodie that kind of ruined itself and everything else in it. I rarely have to use this sweater shaver, but if you are going to buy one, I do recommend this one. It's a little bit pricier, but what I like about it is you can plug it in, so it can be plugged into the wall, or it charges and you can unplug it and take it with you if you're traveling or whatever. So I do recommend it, and I will put a link for it down below in the description box. If you're making a bunch of tie-dye, it's probably not a bad idea to have one of these. Like I said, I don't use it often, but I was really happy to have it in this instance. And look at all the fuzz that came off 6 pairs of socks. Well, here they are, guys. Here's our 6 pairs of socks after they've been washed and dried, and I think they turned out really nice. I love all the different colors. Even though these socks aren't the socks that I ordered, they're the more athletic style versus the knee sock, I still like them a lot. And I like the kind of organic geode pattern that I did. And I think out of all of the colors, the Better Blue Green is my favorite. And maybe it's because it's the only green in sort of like the blues and purples. It just really jumps out and catches my eye. But I really do like that color with ice dyeing. And the Magenta Galactica, it's just a really pretty magenta. Can't go wrong with the purples, they never fail. And since this was my first time using the black cherry, I'm really impressed. Like I said, I see why you guys like it so much. So what do you guys think of these socks? Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing.